Hi there, darling. Are you confused about the current Bitcoin rally? Don't worry, I've got something to get you covered here. You see, the previous Bitcoin cycle and the one before that and the one before that, we can basically map them out and just have a look at the bubbles of euphoria. You see here we have no bubble, no bubble. We have that. You see these? We also have it here. This was in 2017 as well. Whoa, big bubble. Now, here's the thing, right? When we reached our one here in 2021, our one is in like the most recent one, yeah, we did not have the blow off, okay? We had up, sideways, bang, something happened. Now, if you look at where we are today, it feels like and it looks like we're running early because this vertical line is the Bitcoin halving, right? And we are running early. However, if you assume that in 2021, we were meant to hit $100,000 Bitcoin up here and that this was the complacency rally. If you do that, okay, it all makes sense now. It shows you Bitcoin hasn't even really crossed the all-time high. And only when it does break 100K, it might do that, okay? So why would it do that then? Why did it stop early? Well, look, friends, I don't know. I'll tell you right now, there's bug eaters out there. There are people who love eating bugs. They can't wait to tell you to eat bugs while they go and eat meat. They're bugs themselves, right? They're little antennas, little cockroaches that you can't kill. These bug eaters, it was very clear that during 2021, people disrespected the US dollar, fiat currency, inflation started getting high, they printed a lot of money, and they've done this, they do this with gold. Not even, it's 100% known for a fact. Goldman slugs were net short 2 times the world supply of gold. It was discovered by one very respectable but very bored man during the GFC. He went through, I think it was like 32,000 pages of a report, and he sat there calculating every single account. One guy, I don't know, bro. God bless this guy. I don't know why he did that, but thank you very much. He ended up discovering that Goldman slugs were net short 2 times the world supply of gold. How does that happen? That's like you being net short 42 million Bitcoin. There's only 21 in a million. So clearly what happened was they got given special rights from the US Fed to get fiat deposited credits on an exchange, okay, so they could have infinite shorting power. And they just kept shorting and shorting and shorting gold. Guess what gold was doing? It was pumping up and up and up and up and basically blowing them out. They basically blew out at that point. I don't know how they end up fixing it. See, you never hear about it in the media, right? Why is that? I wonder why. It's because the whole system's rigged. The financial system's rigged. So, look, we don't know exactly what happened in this bull market stuff for Bitcoin. Okay, we don't know. And it matches up with the 200 moving average as well if you just fractal everything else out. But you kind of get a feeling with Soy Bankman-Fried, something went wrong here. You know, it's not even like, it's not conspiracy. It's 100% known. Soy Bankman-Fried was dumping the customer FTX Bitcoin. They were dumping it to rotate into stuff. Okay, so they'll actually dump literally just everybody handing in Bitcoin on, bang, bang, bang. They were just smacking market up there. And did that affect stuff? Probably. There could be other insider stuff happening on, CME, a lot of things happening, okay? But if you look at this cycle as it hitting 100K, coming back, and then complacency rally, just to let you know, this was a retail mania. This price technically went higher than what it did, but this was a complacency rally. You see, there was no excitement here. If you saw that Bitcoin 69K top, many altcoins didn't peak out there. We know this. This was Dogecoin mania. This was the real top. This is the fake top. It goes a false top, even though we call it a double top. So we are back to the false top. Okay, and that kind of explains why you're like, wait a minute, how has Bitcoin broken the high, but all these altcoins haven't gone up yet? You know what I'm going to do right now? I'm actually going to show you, friends. If you go back to 2013 and 14, this was the Gox Ponzi Cycle. Look at this cycle. You see this? It went up, it blew off, came back, complacency, bang. You see that? This might be, friends, this is what our cycle looks like. We go up, down, up here. This is our 64K. This is our 69K. You see that? So we go up, 64K, bang, 69K, bang, and we come and we go to that. So if we do that, friends, look where we are now. We actually match up. You see, this is the Bitcoin halving. We're actually right here today. And we are back to that false complacency rally part. You see that? Now, look, if we go back to today, look at this. we are at the complacency rally part, aren't we? Look at this. We go down here. We're right here, friends. We're back at the complacency rally. Remember, this was meant to hit 100K. So it's meant to look like that. It's meant to go, wow, wow, no, and then come back to the complacency rally. So when we go back to 2013, what happens next? Well, look, we don't know what happens next. I'll just tell you, around here, there is Bitcoin halvening, some sort of jitters, and then we continue up. This is the loading pad, friend. This is the actual final loading pad. But we're right here right now. So it's obviously, it's not 100% perfect, but what you're seeing right now is the same launch pad. And that's why I have this picture here for you. Look at the 2016, okay? Look at 2016, friends. You can zoom in right now. You can have a look of this. You see 2016. Look at this. I'm drawing it now. There's a big scoop. Chops around the high, continues altcoin pump, okay? You see this part? This is where we are now. This is what happened in 2020. Now we are in 2024. It's the same thing. So you have, look at that. If we just draw everything out, it's like, wait a minute. You're all going back to your complacency pump. You see this? We're right here. This is the bottom one. We're here right now. So you can see these. They all line up. You can see, oh my gosh, scoop down and then pump up. I mean, like if you draw them out, that's it. It's basically Bitcoin recovers first, altcoins charge, moonshot. Bitcoin recovers first, altcoins charge, moonshot. Bitcoin recovers first, something's happening. So we don't know. We don't know. But if history repeats, where we are now is altcoins charging. Now, we don't know what that means because not everything has gone up, but that's what happened before. If you go back and check 2017, it was the same thing. There were like coins that moved really, really fast. Ethereum was actually, friends, the leader back then because Ethereum was cycle 1 and cycle 1 narrative and a unicorn. Bang, bang, bang. Obviously, that's why Ethereum did such a high return. ICO investors did 5,400x in that first cycle. Huge, huge, huge return, right? Or whatever it is, 4,000x. It was big. So there you go, special circumstances. But different coins moved at different paces. Something started moving late, something started moving medium, you know, XRP, Litecoin, and everything. But they all definitely needed. Stock market was high, which is what we have now. Bitcoin breaks its high, which is what we have now, chopping around the high and then break, and then that's it. It's pretty much chaos and everyone just basically loading up. So that's where we are now. It kind of explains it, right? It goes, well, in 2021, we were meant to hit 100K, but we didn't. And by the way, interesting, this is why I think we were meant to hit 100K, because if you do a 100K zone and you drop down to the bear market, you get an 85% drop, okay? Now, I know that means nothing. Yeah, Bitcoin's volatility is meant to go down each time, but it feels like we're just meant to happen. I don't know why. It just feels like, okay, go to 100, go all the way back down. Something stopped us. But if you do that, well, it basically would prove that the Dogecoin mania was a real top. That was the retail sentiment top, which is actually what it was. And this one was a fake lower high thing, okay, a complacency rally. So if you do this distance from here, we have basically spent enough time basically rinsing ourselves. 1,127 days. So what I'm going to do now, go to the past. From the actual Bitcoin rinsing, this is, look at this, 1,096 days. You see that? So we're actually right on track, friends. See, we are now 1,096 days. Isn't that crazy? So from the top to the top was about 1,096 days, 1,100 days. How many days is that? 1,011. You do 1,100 days. It is exactly 3 years, pretty much. Exactly 3 years to get to the top. What about when we go back to the Mt. Gox Ponzi Cycle, which is very similar to what we did? Where's 1,160 days? It's around here. You see that? But I mean, you get a bit of leeway. You know, 1,100 to 1,300 days. Isn't that crazy? So that's pretty much it. So we're right on track. So between now and the next 200 days, it's go time. But you don't know, right? It could happen right now. It could keep going. Remember, 200 days is about 6 months. That's why this year, friends, this is the year. You know, if we go back again before, let's do one more cycle before that, the very, very earliest one. If you go back, this one was a very fast, sharp cycle. Funny enough, this is where Da Vinci J15 and Richard Hart both bought the Bitcoin top here. It went down for 6 months, it went up for 6 months, and went up. So it's interesting. This is a super fast cycle. It bottomed down to 150 days, but within 2 years, it was already breaking the high. So this is a very, very unique one. But if you go back here, right, you go, where's 1,160 days around here? Look how close they are to the moonshot. Actually, friends, now that I think about it, you know, this period of January, altcoins started moving up. And if we go here, it was the same thing. What I can do is I can show you Ethereum back in January 2017, which is here. Look at this. Here it is right now. This is Ethereum January 2017. Look at this. It had bottomed and then it starts going up here. But actually, it started bottoming. It started going up. It just didn't feel like it was going up. But really, I guess it started actually whacking up in Feb, which is about 1,100 days since that top. We are there now. 3 years. So that's, if you go back in history, that seems to be it. It's like, it's around, from the top to the top, it's around 3 years, and then there's a year of mania. Now, you got to give and take a few months here and there, of course, but that's what we've done now. We've now hit 3 years. It's a 4-year cycle, but that's why people think, hey, is this one going to be over soon? Are we going to get an Ethereum ETF in August, and then it's all over? So you don't get 4 years, you get like 3.5 year cycle. Or is it going to fool everyone and go longer? I don't know. I don't know. But look, if we do an exact 4 years, that'd be crazy, Fez. If we do exact 4 years, what I want to do is I just want to see with you, all right, the exact time to hit the top, the exact period of time, because this might be crazy. From the top to the very top is 1,491 days. If you do that, 1491, it's exactly 4 years, okay? Around 4 years, okay? What about from the top to the top in this one? Okay, from this one to the, let's say do the retail top, it was 1,200 days. And then the fake top up here, 1,400 days, okay? Once again. So 1,200 days is 3.2 years. So there you have 3.2 years, 1,400 is 3.8 years. So that seems to be our window. Shortest cycle, top to top, 3.2. The other one was up to 3.8. That's crazy as well. You know, we can go back to the very, very earliest cycle just so we have it for the data point. The very, very end of the cycle, once again, was 884 days here. That's very, very short. So, look, if we do 1,200 to 1,400 days, this is where it gets crazy, okay? If we do like 1,200 days, that puts us at, oh my gosh, August this year, which is actually the Ethereum ETF. And that'd be crazy. Imagine if Bitcoin just goes up and has a left translated cycle and it tops out in August this year. But that's one. 1,200 days is here. And 1,400 days, friends, is... okay, it is Feb of 2025. So 1,200 days is August to Feb. So look, I know you're looking at, wait a minute. So we could... if it was the shortest bull market, besides that super, super short one, which, okay, clearly we're not, but technically could stop now, actually. Technically, who says we can't stop now? So that's crazy. August, which is the deadline for the Ethereum ETF, it could run into Feb next year. And that's why, friends, I'll just let you know, Feb next year, if it does do that. But look, let's look at the fake top here. If this was a top, because this is where, you know, you just have to be honest here and go, okay, if you do 1,200 days from that real printed top, okay, it is March 2025. And then 1,400 days is SEP 2025. That would be the craziest part. Imagine, that would be the one no one expects, by the way. If we run all the way to SEP 2025, just from all the polls, no one expects that. Most people expect left translated, or we just end at the end of this year. No one's expecting that SEP 2025. But you got to be, as well, super careful here, because this could just be altcoins moving up here. Okay, this could be Bitcoin goes up, does this lower high. That's also possible. And altcoins do their final blow off here. I know I've thrown a lot of numbers out. Depends what you're looking at. Okay, so yeah, pretty much, look, you want to put real dates. The earliest Bitcoin can end, August this year. The latest, SEP next year. I know that's the window though. We're getting closer and closer. Okay, so if you want to just draw it out here, it could be here and it could be to SEP this year. That's pretty much it. Okay, somewhere in this box. Somewhere in this box. Where are we going to land, friends? Somewhere in this box. So I'm praying life-changing games. So we're getting closer and closer. We're going to chop around this zone. Like I said, could be over now. We don't know. But now at least you get this winner. That's why a lot of people say to me, take a break. You're going to burn out. No, bro. You take a break. You take a break. More money for me. Okay? No, we're in time to take a break. You're waiting 3 years for this moment. This is the end. It's going to get exciting and it's over. Okay? Faster than you can blink. Faster than you can drop some ice cubes into your cup of orange juice. All right. So what's our game plan? Our game plan is to keep doing exactly what we're doing. Got 90% call, 10% lottery. There's still time for things to pop off later on here and there, but yeah, I don't know. If the time to sell altcoins appears again, that's April 2025. That could be it. You never know, friends. It could be. Look, it could be, right? Bitcoin has its first peak at the end of this year or up to Feb next year. Altcoins peak in April, but then altcoins top out, and then Bitcoin goes on a final run. That's possible. But then altcoins maybe do a lower high. That's what you don't know. So what I'm trying to do is trying to think of, if no one expects SEP 2025, we'll have to see. We have to see with the price action. You see, we don't have to worry too much. It just depends how high the prices go. In my mind, if Bitcoin this year is above 100K, like if Bitcoin is between 110 to 150 this year, I'm going to be like, uh-oh, left translated. It's nasty. 2-year bear market incoming. That's possible as well. Also, don't get too scared about the 2-year bear market. It just means like, look, we're going to have to adapt. It just means we will have to be traders. We will. So we'll have to buy depression, but we're like, look, man, we can't just hold this infinitely. There might be a rally that just brings Bitcoin up 50%. Maybe altcoins do a 2 or 3x max. You got to get out. You can't just hold this thing forever. So don't worry about that. You could be yield farming along the way. I know it's going to be a long, brutal 2 years if we get that, just to let you know. Oh, man, if we get that, friends. Imagine we get a blow-off top here, and then everyone thinks it's lower high here in April next year. It can't reach the top. Because don't forget this. You think it's easy. No, no, no. When it comes here, everyone thinks the next leg is, oh, we're going to go to 250K. No, 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 no. But what ends up happening is we don't get that part. We get the, no. Okay, I know. There's many scenarios out here. Luckily, though, we are prepared. We're early. It's time now, okay? Like, subscribe, bell button, I'll catch you soon.